Hello, beautiful, sacred, divine twins and people and souls around the world. This is Tefnut, light coming from the kitchen in London. I hope you're all doing well. This month I decided to do the reading in a kitchen because the kitchen where I live. I decided it feels good to feel good when you eat well, and how you treat yourself is how you attract things in your life. And food is all about the heart, nurturing yourself, loving yourself, and really giving yourself a nurturing foundation like that Cancer energy that we have this month of July. So I decided to do the reading in the kitchen, and all of you, I recommend doing a beautiful, not cleanse, but just nurturing month of fulfilling your stomach, fulfilling your needs, and how you feel emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Very, very important, because this body is your vessel here on earth. And when it comes to love, it all starts with self-love. And I feel the self-love starts with how you nurture your body with that mothering Cancer energy this month of July. So happy blessings from London. And I'm having my womankind tea to enjoy this reading with all of you. There's some beautiful cards that came up. I want to thank everyone who has supported my journey as it's expanded in many different ways, and I'm really grateful to be here and grateful to be here with all of you. And those who signed up for readings, thank you so much. I really enjoyed holding your sessions recently. It's brought a lot of interesting clarity to myself as well. If you'd like to book a reading, my website is below, and I am available mostly during the week and sometimes on weekends. So check it out, and I look forward to doing this reading with all of you. So let's get started. So I started off by doing the two sides that I usually do, the masculine over here and the feminine over here, and then I pulled a few extra cards, and in the middle it encompasses all the energies, so to say, that unite the two energetically. And I pulled a few oracle cards from this new beautiful deck I got, as I'm restarting all my decks and everything, called the True Love reading cards. They are so, so beautiful. And then the deck I'm using for the tarot reading today is the Rider-Waite. So really shifting things up, what I use in my practice these days. So let's get started. I'm infusing everyone with some beautiful love and light, confidence. Feel good this month. Feel good in your body. Get some exercise, walk around. One of the biggest things is, as being a twin flame or a divine being of light, I had this very much myself, was not fully being present here on earth because I was afraid to be on planet earth. And now finally I've come to this full circle of like feeling really good in my body and feeling good. And I feel it comes down to feeling present in exercise and walking and communicating and integrating both parts of yourself, your soul and your human essence, into one, and coming to the fullness and wholeness that you are, because that is what the journey is about. It's not just about escaping to spirit, which is great. Sometimes we need that for a while, and then we come back down. It's like, okay, I am a physical being in this human essence, here to create change and love for all humanity, including myself and my divine beloved. So that's how I see that. Anyways, let's get started the reading. Wherever you're at is perfect. You are perfect. You are worthy. You are loved. You deserve love. And every journey is unique. And it starts with you and how you feel and treating yourself to the best of this world and others as well. And I fully, fully believe and love all of its vibration and frequencies of being here and enjoying life to the fullness and wholeness that you are. So let's get started with the reading. We're going to start with the masculine. The first card I pulled is, and it's a little dark in here, apologies, there we go. The first card I pulled is the Two of Swords, and this to me represents choosing a path. And there's the new moon right here, which we just had in Cancer. Choosing a new path, trying to find clarity, kind of being blindfolded of which way to choose, which path to choose. And there's a lot of water in the background, so we can see This is a woman, but it's the man, so to say, or energetically the essence of the masculine divine. There's a lot of emotions that are coming up for the masculine divine this month, that have been in the recent past, and now it's like walking on new grounds for them. And these two swords, and we see some light coming in onto that sword. Two swords of which way do I choose? Do I choose my essence of my deeper truth of my emotions, or do I choose the path in terms of grounded foundations of moving forward in an essence of being myself as a human rather than being my emotional truth? You know what I mean? So I think they're also trying to integrate both of that. We're not saying, oh, we're choosing one path. They're kind of trying to decide how can they balance out the water with the grounded nature there, the emotions, and you can see they just came from this land, so it's like new territory for them. There's something new that they're entering emotionally. It's like the physical and the emotional coming together, but at the same time they feel like they need to choose a path. So there's some kind of confusion happening at the beginning of the month for them, possibly, or the essence of the masculine. It doesn't mean you need to be a man. It could be you or a woman with masculine energies. So choosing a path and making a decision which way to choose and which way to go, and taking the time to, like, so to say, meditation with blindfoldedness. So trusting the divine path where you're meant to go. This is quite an amazing card that encompasses with a new moon and finding the clarity, but then also, so to say, bringing it together at the same time, feeling, okay, which path do I choose? So taking the time you need for that. The next card the masculine divine got is the Knight of Pentacles. So finding that groundedness, I think this has to do with work as well. Offering, so to say, something to the feminine as well, if you see that. So now the blindfold has come off, you're on the horse, you're on the journey again. And this is about, so to say, you can see the layers of new earth coming together. And that's very interesting because we have this card here, which has one big layer. Now we're coming into the layers of many things of it coming together. And you can see this is, so to say, fresh soil. And this is, so to say, wisdom soil of the old, putting it all together, being very grounded, steadfast on the horse, making the abundance, having the strength to move forward in the direction you would like to. And this is also a knight, so he offers this to the feminine, this security, but also himself, the security and abundance and love, and very grounded, so to say, very practical, and also the energies of, I want to say something a bit more of the traditional, so to say. So the knight is there to offer that energy this month, really beautiful, and they're looking at that, like, how can I move forward with the abundance I want to create in the life, also the foundation, and how can I move forward in the best possible way for myself and the one that I wish to seek in my life. The next card the masculine divine got is the King of Wands. So this is fire. We just had air, and then we had earth, and now there's fire. So this is very passionate. You can see he's coming from the space of feeling a bit confused in the beginning of the month to now, I am on my throne, and we have this little gecko right here. So it's like, there's this sweetness energy here, this passion, looking forward and like really stabilizing the energy of the month of July for themselves as well as for their divine twin. So it's stabilizing and there's growth happening. So this is really a big journey this month for the masculine divine, coming from confusion, so to say, and trying to choose a path and going onto the horse and like, okay, I'm ready. And then they're entering, so to say, their throne. They're sitting there and they're trying to think. They're thinking of the future. They're thinking forward. There's this like forward motion thinking. And this is also going on with this horse, if you can see that. It's like they're thinking forward. There's a forward thinking, also looking. It's also, if you look at it from the other side, they're actually looking backwards. So they're reviewing things at the same time looking forward when I point it this direction. So they're looking forward. They're grounding their energies, and they're seeking their passions through grounded nature. The next card the masculine divine got, which is their fourth card, is the Four of Wands. So this is home, family, marriage, children, good foundations, strong foundations, seeking that, that home, the energy of home. And I feel like at the beginning of the month, we have this confusion, and there's this water and earth. And here we have the strong waters. There's also, I feel like there's wine being celebrated. There's a victory. There's, so to say, this foundation of this new home and energy of the family. So I think the energy of this month for the masculine divine is setting the foundations and the platform for themselves and for all, and for their work and for their friends and their family, and, so to say, the other twin as well. So there's a foundation being set for themselves. They need to find that grounded nature again after last months of kind of going through the inner turbulence. We had Mars retrograde in Scorpio. So a very interesting time. At the last day, there was sort of an integration of all of that energy. So this is also 1111, if you see that. So that is the two beings right here, the twins, and they're celebrating, and there's a foundation happening energetically, and there's a beautiful castle in the background. So these energies of coming it all together, the abundance and the fruits of labors have been worth it. The feminine divine got the Two of Pentacles, so has to do with money, has to do with, again, the water, the ships of the sea. You can see both of them have this energy. So this is, so to say, the man, and this is the woman. If you look at the cards, so they're both looking like there's a lot going on. Maybe the feminine seems like the man has a lot going on. There's the infinity symbol, which is really amazing. And then we have 1111 on the bottom. If you can see, there's both water, there's both this energy of treading on new lands together. And they kind of come here. Like, this has been a very long journey for the masculine, looks like it. And also seeing the feminine in a certain way. And then the feminine, because this is for the feminine, has had this kind of roller coaster ride. It looks like quite the journey for the feminine, but the waters are not as, wide, you know what I mean? This journey has been like a new journey already started. Maybe you have traveled, maybe you have moved. There's a ship right here, there's a sailboat, and there's another little sailboat, and here we have this infinity and the juggling act of, so to say, which way do I go? And finding that grounded energy again with the Two of Pentacles. At the same time, there's so much going on that the beginning of the month is really having you look at what can you solidly ground into your foundation. I'm going to shut the door. What can you solidly ground into your foundation to create? Actually, I'll keep it open. They're cheering outside. What can you solidly ground into your foundation to create abundance and create less confusion? Because I think with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, there's, so to say, this yin and yang balancing act happening. But at the same time, there's like a juggling act of, okay, which foot do I choose? Which foot do I choose? Which foot do I choose? And it's treading on the foot that feels the most balanced, at the same time finding both feet on the ground. And I think that's also happening with the masculine. But the masculine, it's more of a mental, internal thing going on. And the feminine, it's this, how do I feel secure? How do I feel security? How do I balance out two sides of myself? And how do I come back and see, okay, everything is into one again. The infinity just makes it flow. So there's a flow that's going on with the feminine, but a very grounded essence of looking at the practicality of everyday life and what to do and how to bring it together into their daily routines and so on and so on and so on. And also, how do I balance out the masculine and the feminine energies within myself? This is also looking at both sides of yourself, the emotional and the physical, which deals with the masculine and the feminine energies again. So that's a lot going on for both of them at the beginning of the month. The second card the feminine got, is the Devil. So this has to do with the devil aspect of the feminine, so the distorted feminine divine, thinking about, oh God, am I chained to something? is this person, is this my twin acting weird? Are they trying to control me? Are they the one having issues? But actually it's more of a mental state, and this could also be that some of the feminine decides to think of the masculine in more shadowistic aspects, even though when you look at this card across from them, they get the Knight of Pentacles. So, and the Knight of Pentacles, I know it's reversed there, is actually looking at them. So maybe the masculine is looking at you this way, but I think the feminine is just having ideas that it's kind of this energy that they're not used to, in a sense. There's a darker shadow aspect coming out in the feminine. And this doesn't mean that you're going to be really naughty, but you could be. You could be a bit more, have lots more sexual thoughts. But to me, it's more of about an addiction. It doesn't have to mean you have addiction to sexuality. Maybe you do. But this is an addiction to something. It could also be the addiction of feeling bound or feeling like you don't have control, or something else is taking place and trying to take your control. It's again that the chains of the masculine and the feminine, they don't need to be chained up, because actually they are one together. If you look, there's this foundation coming together. So don't be discouraged by this energy. However it may show up, it could also be your past with your family, the history of addiction that you have to look at, or your darker aspects of life, or it just could be an addiction to worrying too much about, someone is trying to control this situation and it not coming together. So letting go of that. So the next card is the Hierophant for the Feminine Divine, and this I see as there's two keys right here, and there's two people looking at this. It has to do with an energy. We just have the Devil of, there was control happening when you were a child. It could have been sexual control, could have been abuse issues that are coming up, and this is about, so to say, the person that is above the church and the one that controls everything. So there could be an energy of spirituality that's shifting within you, that is making you look at the aspect of what your belief system is. And this could be if you have an addiction to something within a figure that was above you at one point in your life. It could have to do with you're looking at how you see spirituality, and maybe some people view you as this energy of, how you see life is not healthy for you. But in fact, maybe it was a spiritual figure, or you rise above an energy within this addiction. And it could be both ways. It could be a spiritual aspect. It could be an addiction to religion or spirituality. Or it could be that you had, I feel like it's an energy that both of you had as children that made you feel like you were being controlled by a higher power, and then this higher power was there to create some kind of structure, leadership, and order. I know that's really confusing. So we go from the Hierophant, and there's two people right here, like, in a church. There's something going on with the church, and someone trying to create some kind of energy of control. But the energy, if you look at it, it could be that this person was seen this way at one point, or you were acting like this, and now you've come above and you've risen to that energy of, I am not this anymore, but I can rise above this. So I'm trying to see, I'm going to look at the cards, and it's really kind of an interesting one to have. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is looking at this aspect of the feminine, and the feminine is also looking at this aspect of the masculine. Now if we go down to the Hierophant, and we look at the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, sorry. See that? So there's this control thing going on, so who has more power? both. But it looks like the feminine is really trying to ground the energy of, this could also be marriage. This could be setting a foundation of community. This could be rising up as, I want to say that a priestess energy, because this is for the feminine. The feminine is really taking some kind of power energy of creating something very big, but also how to look at the demon aspects of the shadow. I don't want to say demon, but the shadow aspects of addiction. Could be addiction to anything, even to relationships or life. There's certain things that we can come into addiction, but rising above that and seeing, being your own leader and having the keys to the gateway. And it looks like these are two beings that are protecting and also serving at the same time. There's this energy going on of, the King of Wands is being very more gentle. The feminine is being very like, I have this one, But it also could be that this is a person involved in the situation that is going to create this energy of marriage. Wow, that's intense for the feminine. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of like that shadow aspect, but also coming into the aspect of the shadow not being the controller. You know what I mean? The next card the feminine got is the Ten of Pentacles, which is really lovely. So coming from the Two of Pentacles in the beginning of the month, so then the Ten of Pentacles, this is family energy, this is abundance, this is creating a kingdom for the future. And when I look at it, this is what this is about. So the devil had to be overcome of that control to then see that this is actually coming together. This is the one that, like the leader of the kingdom, is creating this kingdom of abundance for, so to say, the unity, the union. And you can see there's two people, there's dogs, and there's a man right here. So it makes me think that there's some kind of man involved, older man that has spiritual hierarchy, so to say, will help this situation to grow this. But then you have to overcome the idea that someone could try to be controlling you, because this is something from your past that you had. Maybe you had some kind of abuse, and this man wants to help. So look at it as a healthy situation. Give only what you feel is necessary and don't overgive. So this could be actually looking at the aspect of your self-worth. Your self-worth is really the key foundation of your worthiness and your wholeness and your life and in your intimacy and in your love and all that. So I'm going to pull, I have cards in the middle now. The first card we have is, let's crowns the situation for the twins. So yeah, don't worry about that shadow aspect. That was pretty deep. However it comes out for you is your decision. This is the Four of Cups. So there's a cup being offered of union, and it looks like the twins are not looking at it in a sense that, oh, there's something, I'm not receiving this, but you actually are receiving this. This could be the masculine and the feminine. So both of them are like, oh, I'm not sure, am I receiving this? Yes, you are receiving this. And the card that is on the masculine side is the Five of Pentacles. So there's some kind of transition happening for the masculine right now. And looking at building that foundation, looking at maybe old old issues with money or sadness. There's some kind of sadness they're trying to transmute this month. And the feminine has the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is looking at the world at a new picture, a new vision, and it looks like you could help the masculine to see that vision, to empower them into their vision. So just look at it that way. You need to help them in some aspect to see the vision that is coming together, and you have the vision. The next card that is below that is the World. So it's this wholeness and fullness that is coming together. There's a wholeness and fullness that is coming together in this aspect of union. The cards below that, because I pulled 2 extra, is, everything's backwards, sorry. So the first card is, this is alchemy. This is it's temperance. So it's putting two cups together and making the one and putting the cups of water back and forth, kind of thing like that. It's like a back and forth energy that's going on. That's an alchemy. And you can see there's sun, there's a sunshine, there's a path that is really beautiful. Either you're going to that or you've been there, but it's like coming into this watery essence. And it reminds me again of this. You have water, you have the path, and then you have this card of like the water and the path, and here you have the water. The card that is crowning this is the Ace of Cups. So this is union. We have a bird falling right into the cup and it overflowing. And this is the hand of the divine union of God bringing you together as one. So we have the two cups coming into one, into unity. So the unity is coming. It's just an alchemical process of joining all the energies of those two aspects, grounding the foundation, looking at the shadow, looking at control issues, looking at foundational issues, looking at how to build the foundation, then looking at, scarcity before, and then looking at abundance and looking at the world in a new view, and then seeing that actually this cup has been offered to you all along. You just need to receive it, both of you. 3 more cards, which are extra cards I pulled, which is the 3 of Cups. So this is celebration and reunion, joy. The next card is the Lovers, the beautiful Lovers. So there's a union happening of self and all together, coming together, and that's the ultimate cup right there. Unifying all of that, coming into union and love and the right timing. And there's these rays of energies that makes me think of a Hierophant. So I think there's someone that's going to try and help this situation this month, or it could just be God or an angelic source. But it also has to do with the feminine needing to look at control issues and even sexual issues of the past. And that also was going on last month. So this month is coming into that union and love. And then we have the 10 of Cups. So from 1 cup, you can make 10 cups, which is the family card, the rainbow energy of reproducing, or even this has to do with the twin flames. This is the ray of the twins. All of it, everything coming together into full circle. And that reminds me of the world. So everything is coming together in that beautiful timing of all the aspects of union coming into the fullness and wholeness that you are. You are as one, and not trusting the process, that the alchemical process is just part of the journey, and the confusion of which direction to take is part of coming into that energy of this aspect. Energy of love, energy of abundance, energy of family, energy of the foundation. And you can see both sides at the end of the month have this energy. They have this energy of union and family. Okay, so to top it off, there are 3 cards for the month that encompass the energies, which are from the True Love Oracle, which is commitment, coming together, soulmates. So there's a lot of energy of coming together, if you can see that. Commitment, soulmates, this coming together energy, the unification, and we have intimacy. So if you can see, the commitment brings this transformation of intimacy and love, and you have nothing to fear or worry because it is here. And the only thing that is keeping you from that is fear, addiction, and worry, and mental thoughts. So trust the energy of commitment. Trust that this is divinely timing coming together, and the butterflies symbolize the transformation, and intimacy and wholeness is there. Many love blessings from London, and I will see you very soon. Namaste.